Hi, my name is Juan Nunez, and I have a question for you. What are you doing to prepare for your future financially? You see, what I've learned is that a lot of people work, and you work hard. You work hard for money. You probably work hard at your job or hard at your business. And I want you to take inventory. How long have you been working? Have you been working 10, 20, 30 years of your life? That means you probably have a really good relationship with your employer. So you show up on time, you do your job, they high five you, and at the end of the week, they give you a paycheck. And that goes in, year out. Now let's take a time out. I want you to go open up your bank account and go look at how much have you saved in the 20, 30 years that you've been working. You see, if you consider yourself to be broke, that only means for one reason. It's not that you haven't had a job in 20 years, because you have a relationship with your job. If you're broke, it's because you have a broken relationship with money. Meaning, you've never strengthened that relationship. You see, think about the people that you have in your life. If you have a relationship with them, they're still in your life. You probably have people in your life at a certain point, but they're no longer in your life because something was broken. Same thing with money. Money is not showing up because you broke that. You didn't take care of it, so now it's not going to take care of you. Because if you don't save money, money don't save you. So let me share with you how this looks with some numbers. You see, if you're making $1,000 a month, that might be a little extreme, but not really. If you're making $1,000 a month, you're probably taking your lunch to work, and you have no social life. You go from home to work and from work to home, might have a beer, I don't know, but if you're stressed out because you're making $1,000 a week or $1,000 a month, guess what? But if you go from 1,000 to 3,000, well, guess what? You're not walking to work. You're taking some public transportation. You might even buy yourself a Corolla. You might have a Nissan, some type of car that you're going to be able to now get yourself to work. You have a little social life. You might be ordering some drinks, some happy hour. But if you go from 3,000 to 6,000, well, guess what? You're now driving a BMW. Right? You're now driving a BMW, and guess what? You're now having happy hour, and now you're buying the rounds. You're spending a lot of money on Starbucks or $5, and guess what? You go from 6,000 to 10,000. Well, guess what? You know what you're driving, right? You put 20s on them, right? Now you're really balling, right? So now you got more expensive, right? Higher maintenance. Now you got tolls. Now you got gas. You got so many expenses. Why? Because, hey, you're making more money. So if you make more, guess what you do? You spend more. Let me show you how that looks with a pie chart. So if 50% of people's living expenses go into what's called 50% goes into living expenses. Remember, it was 1,000. Now it's 10,000. It doesn't change until this changes. The other 25% goes into our favorite uncle, Uncle Sam. And then the other 25% goes into good old American debt. So if you're planning for your future to have one, what's missing? Yes, you're right, savings. And that is just like this for most people. It's not even there, right? So what we do, we empower you, we educate you, and we can teach you how to cut your taxes in half legally, reduce your debt in half, just like most people do with their homes. It's called a short sale, right? We teach you how to do that with your debt so that you can have more money to save for your future. Now, if we can teach you how to do something like that, will you even bother to listen? Because if you knew better, I strongly believe you would do better.